my name is Joey J. J stands for Jaraczewski. I shorten it so that it can be memorable, I guess, because otherwise you can't pronounce my last name because I'm Polish. I came to the Oregon MBA because I was interested in food sustainability. I had been working in restaurants to support a career in music, found out that my musical career had fizzled out and that my managerial ability and my interest in the food industry had really accelerated in the final parts of that musical offering. So I remember working at a restaurant in Flagstaff, Arizona that had a farm-to-table supply chain. And the owner of the restaurant talked to me about how the cows that we were sourcing locally were raised in Mexico and they were finished in Colorado. And then we would actually have to ship them up to Utah in order to be slaughtered for our local cows. And I was really fascinated by that situation, so I came to the MBA with this interest in, what is the food industry? What are aspects of food sustainability and what is sustainable consumption? Because food is tied to a lot of the environmental impacts of the human race on the planet. I joined the Center for Sustainable Business Practices, and we're the #1 green MBA in the country, which is really neat because I came here not really knowing what sustainability was, and I come away realizing that it's so much more than a buzzword. For me, sustainability is really another way to approach a market economy or another way to approach business. Rather than seeking to extract and exploit resources, we can find a balance and a circular economy to achieve some type of industrial ecology, you could say. And I remember in my first day at the CSBP during orientation, we had this large talk about data and the source of data and interpreting data, and then also videos about these amazing feats of engineering that were decreasing emissions. And I really came away from that thinking, well, I'm not an engineer, what can I do? And through my first year at the CSBP, connecting with the sustainability accounting professionals, connecting with grain traders in the food industry, connecting with retailers and then other processors in the food industry, discovered that there's a huge opportunity area for business professionals in sustainability, not just to find a market opportunity, but to also communicate how we can make a sustainable business practice and what that will translate to our actual impact on the environment. Over the summer, I got to work for a startup that handled organic grain. We watched organic grain transfer itself from Romania to Singapore to the port of Los Angeles, and it was really fascinating. And then came away from that experience of working at a startup realizing, oh, I could do this too. I could start my own company. And then my experience not only in sustainability, but also with the Warsaw Center for Source Marketing, and then also with the Entrepreneurship Center on campus, and then the Cameron Center for Finance and Securities Analysis, all wrapped up into me thinking, well, what is my opportunity? And for me, it was combining food sustainability with sport. And that's how I spent my second year trying to build a company. What you need to know about Sohr is that we're a startup that's coming out of the University of Oregon MBA program, and then using my education in the Center for Sustainable Business Practices and my interactions with Warsaw sports marketing professionals, came away with this idea that we can use a sustainable food product, a protein recovery beverage made from organic, local, and plant-based sources, to deliver that to an athletic marketplace, which is inspirational and aspirational, in order to communicate what a sustainable diet is and what sustainable food production is and what that looks like. Really excited to have been given this opportunity to start a company by virtue of getting a graduate education. Thank you for everyone that has helped support Sohr, and we launch in a month. There's a class in the winter quarter that Andrew Nelson teaches, and Andrew Nelson teaches a class called Recognizing Business Opportunities. And there's two main lessons from that class. And the first lesson is opportunity exists, and it exists for those who are able to translate value. We had an assignment where we had to take $5, seemingly an inconsequential capital expense, and turn that into a business. And me and my colleagues created a bagel subscription service out of $5, and we turned that into $125. Fascinating stuff. But then the other aspect of recognizing what a business opportunity is, it's tied to really being customer centric and paying attention to who your customer is. And through the RBO class, Recognizing Business Opportunities, we go through this process of customer discovery, and then customer validation, and then demand creation, and then company building. And it all starts with listening to the people that you want to serve through business. Let's assume that you have been accepted and you're stoked and you're like, man, I'm going to go join the Oregon MBA. What does that even mean? I would say, one, explore your friends, explore your family, explore your experiences as you prepare to get here. And then during that first quarter, when everything is hectic and crazy, take the time to go back and reread your entrance essay, because for however many drafts it took for you to put yourself on one piece of paper and get accepted to a grad program, there's a lot of truth in what you wrote about yourself and where you want to go. And don't forget your roots.